Hello, my friends, especially those of you who proudly hold a green card and call America home. Today, I need your full attention because what I'm about to share could change your life or protect it. Many hardworking seniors like you have spent decades building a life here, working, raising families, paying taxes, contributing to this great country. You followed the rules. You did everything right. You earned your permanent residency, your green card, and with it, the right to live, work, and enjoy retirement in peace. But what if I told you that even after all your years of dedication, one small, often overlooked legal mistake could put all of that at risk? I'm talking about detention, or even deportation. And yes, it's happening to green card holders just like you, often without warning. Here's the reality. Many seniors don't realize that your green card isn't a free pass forever. Certain legal missteps, even things you might consider minor, can trigger immigration consequences. Something as simple as traveling outside the country without the right paperwork, failing to renew your green card on time, or being connected to a legal issue, even if it seems small, could result in you being detained at the airport, at your home, or even during routine checks. I don't say this to scare you, I say it to protect you. Because knowledge is power, and staying informed is the best defense against losing everything you've worked for. So, please stay with me. I'm going to explain exactly what these hidden legal traps are, how to avoid them, and how to keep your green card status safe, especially during your retirement years. And before we dive deeper, please hit that like button. It helps other seniors find this crucial information and protects our community. Let's get started. Now, let's get into it. I know many of you watching right now have probably been living in the United States for years, maybe even decades. You've built your life here. Your children are here, maybe even your grandchildren. You've worked hard, paid your taxes, contributed to your communities, and followed the rules because that's what good people do. And for a lot of you, that green card, your permanent resident status, was supposed to be your key to stability, to peace of mind, to knowing you belong. But here's what most people, especially seniors, are never told. Your green card, while incredibly important, doesn't make you completely immune to legal risks. It's not the same as citizenship. There are still certain rules, certain technicalities, and yes, legal traps that can suddenly turn your world upside down, even if you've been here for 20, 30, or 40 years without a single problem. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, come on, I've never broken the law. I'm a good person. Why would this affect me? And I hear you, I really do. But here's the thing. Some of these legal traps aren't about being a bad person. They're about small mistakes, misunderstandings, or missing deadlines. And unfortunately, immigration officers, border agents, and even law enforcement don't always look at the full story. They look at paperwork, records, and technicalities, and sometimes that's enough to create serious trouble. For example, did you know that simply forgetting to renew your green card before it expires can cause major headaches? Even though your permanent resident status doesn't technically expire, the physical green card itself does, usually every 10 years. And if you're caught without a valid, up-to-date green card, especially when traveling or during certain legal situations, it can lead to detention. Imagine being stopped at the airport after visiting family abroad, only to be told you can't re-enter the country because your green card expired. It's happening, and many seniors don't even realize the clock is ticking on that little plastic card in their wallet. And travel, that's another area filled with potential pitfalls. Many green card holders, especially retirees who finally have the time to see the world, don't realize that extended trips outside the United States can jeopardize their status. If you stay outside the US for too long, typically more than 6 months at a time, and especially over a year, immigration may view that as abandoning your residency. Even if your home, your family, and your life are here, they can argue that you've effectively given up your green card by spending too much time abroad. I've heard heartbreaking stories of seniors visiting relatives overseas, only to be stopped when they try to come back, facing intense questioning, sometimes detention, and, in the worst cases, removal proceedings. And look, I get it, life happens. Maybe you had to care for an aging parent in your home country. Maybe there was an emergency or illness. But to the system, sometimes those human realities don't always count. It becomes about paperwork, dates, and strict timelines. But it's not just travel and expired cards. Let's talk about legal trouble, even the kind you think doesn't really matter. Something as minor as a misunderstanding, an old misdemeanor, or even unpaid fines can have immigration consequences. Maybe years ago you had a traffic incident or a minor altercation that you thought was resolved. But under certain immigration laws, even relatively small offenses can be considered grounds for detention or deportation for green card holders. And what's truly frightening is that you might not even realize these old records are still floating around or that they could come back to haunt you. The system doesn't always send a warning letter or give a courtesy call. Sometimes, it happens when you least expect it, renewing your green card, applying for certain benefits, or coming back from a trip. Suddenly, you're flagged, questioned, and in the worst cases, detained. I want to emphasize something very clearly here, especially for my senior viewers. I'm not saying this to scare you. I know how overwhelming legal jargon and immigration rules can feel. I'm saying this because staying informed is how you protect yourself. It's how you keep your peace of mind. It's how you make sure no one can take away the life you've worked so hard to build. And believe me, I've seen the difference knowing these things can make. I've heard from countless seniors who, after learning about these hidden legal traps, were able to avoid them entirely simply by renewing their green card on time, getting legal advice before traveling, or double-checking their old records to clear up potential issues before they turn into problems. It's also why many seniors, when they qualify, choose to take that final step and apply for U.S. citizenship. I know, the process can feel daunting: forms, tests, interviews. But citizenship offers a level of security that a green card simply doesn't. Once you're a citizen, you're not at risk of being deported for minor legal troubles. You can travel freely without the fear of being denied re-entry. Your right to stay becomes permanent, no questions asked. But I also understand that citizenship isn't for everyone. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe there are personal reasons. That's okay. You still have rights, and you can still take steps to protect yourself as a green card holder. So, here's what I always recommend to seniors in your position. First, check your green card expiration date. If it's within 6 months of expiring, start the renewal process now. Don't wait. Processing times can be slow, and you don't want to be caught without valid proof of your status. Second, be cautious with international travel. If you plan to be outside the U.S. for more than 6 months, speak to an immigration attorney first. You may need special documentation, like a re-entry permit, to protect your residency status. Third, know your legal history. Even if you think your record is clean, it's worth reviewing old incidents, tickets, or legal situations with an immigration lawyer. Clearing up small issues now can prevent major problems later. And lastly, if you've been considering applying for citizenship, look into it seriously. Many seniors are pleasantly surprised at how manageable the process is with the right help, and the peace of mind it brings is truly priceless. I know it can feel like the system is complicated, maybe even unfair at times. But your life, your home, your rights, they're worth protecting. You've contributed so much to this country. You deserve to enjoy your retirement without unnecessary fear or confusion. And remember, you're not alone. There are millions of green card holders out there, many in the same position as you, quietly trying to navigate these rules. The more we share this information, the more we protect each other. That's why I always say, knowledge is power. The more you know, the safer you are. And if this video has helped you or opened your eyes to something new, please give it a thumbs up. It helps spread the message, especially to other seniors who might be completely unaware of these risks. You could be the reason someone avoids detention or even deportation just by sharing this video or liking it so more people see it. It's about learning, And together, we can make sure you stay safe, informed, and in control of your future. And see you in the next video.